Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Lunches with Punches, episode Dose.
Ooh,
And we are back, and we have a doozy for you guys.
yes.
Um, Originally, it was going to be Oscars, still going to be Oscars, but we have something else that just happened to drop on our lap. If you hear purring, it's my cat. She's loud as fuck. We had something that dropped on our lap this morning, very early this morning at 6 in the morning.
Yes.
And when I woke up, I was already getting texts from like friends being like, "Hey, look at did you see that? Did you see that?" I go, dude, I'm barely like wiping my eyes right now. Like I don't even know what the fuck's going on. But anyways, I am Drew, and this
And
guy is
I'm Joe Punches. Hey, friends.
right, and this is Lunches with Punches. But let's get right down into it. We don't want to waste your time. So today we had a glorious trailer come out very
Yes.
early in the morning. And if you guys can't already tell what it is, it's the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer.
Yes.
Now I've already seen it multiple times. I'm assuming Joe's seen it multiple times.
Oh, definitely. Back to back to back. I was like, okay, what I missed? Have to go back. Ooh, who was that? Let's go back. Let's watch it again. So yeah, I definitely am right there with you.
Of course, we're not going to do like a trailer. I mean, we're going to do a trailer breakdown. I'm not going to show it on here because obviously it's a slowest computer, and I don't know what YouTube allows. I know Marvel's kind of funny with their
Right.
properties, so we're just going to break it down from memory. Um, so let's just get right down into it. It's supposed to take place 4 years after No Way Home.
Yep.
And if anyone hasn't seen No Way Home, which I don't know why you haven't, the ending of No Way Home was Peter Parker told Doctor Strange to cast a spell that made everyone forget who Peter Parker was. So that way it closes the, I guess, the rift of the multiverse that was
Right.
specifically Spider Man villains and characters. Um, so that's how No Way Home begins, is that Peter is all alone. Or not No Way Home, Brand New Day, I'm sorry. Brand New
Right.
Day
Yep.
begins with Peter all alone. He's got nobody. He doesn't have Aunt May because Aunt May was killed by Green Goblin. That piece of
Sons of bitch.
Willem Dafoe was just so good, but he was just such a
I know.
bastard. So yeah, he doesn't have May. Doesn't have the Avengers to fall on because nobody knows who Peter is.
Yes.
Definitely doesn't have Tony because Tony's been excommunicado for the past some odd years, or so we've been told. No Happy, obviously no MJ, no Ned, so he's all alone. He's by himself. So he actually made his own suit,
Yep.
which appeared at the end of No Way Home, which is akin to the old school comics, which I actually like, by the way.
Yep.
I like the fact that this movie seems like it's a combination of CGI and practical,
Yep.
and
Very much
I
so.
dig that because as much as I love the Watts movies with Tom, it seemed like it wasn't really his own movie.
Right. Yeah, it was a lot
Right.
of supporting characters
Yeah.
that helped
Like
pull them along the way.
it felt too much like, we want him to be as close to the MCU as possible. And what's up, Chris Matthews?
Hey, Chris.
But but it almost felt like all three of those movies were like a giant origin story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it's
You know what I
very
mean?
high school Peter and who influenced him and how he got to where he is now.
Right. And then three, obviously, you had, both Spider-Man, Andrew and Toby, which played a role in his character development. And
Right.
same thing with the villains, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, unfortunately, played a role in his character development. Um, so this is the first time we get a street level friendly neighborhood Spider-Man story with Tom, which I think everyone's always wanted. I think Tom's always wanted it. So right. So basically the trailer begins with Tom looking at a TikTok or Instagram story of
Yeah.
Ned and
Probably keeping
MJ
tabs on
talking.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah. And Ned's telling, asking MJ, tell me this isn't the happiest you've ever been. And MJ just kind of looks very like cynical in the camera and goes, I'm the happiest I've ever been, which means, what we think
Yep.
it means.
Yep.
Um, but like, I guess, well, what overall, like the beginning of the trailer, what were your, I guess, thoughts on the tone it was setting?
I I think they really set the tone of reminding you, like, hey, remember how No Way Home left you very kind of like a bleak ending? Like basically he's starting over. He doesn't have the backing of the Avengers. He doesn't have his Aunt May. He basically had his what would be in the past few Spider-Man movies where he had your Uncle Ben moment in the first film. He
Mhm.
had it in the third film where he's hit that major. Yeah, you can also say about Iron Man kind of tying into that Uncle Ben storyline as well. But the beginning just kind of reminds you like, hey, he's on his own. He is keeping tabs on his friends, but he's doing this by himself. And I think we're going to get a lot of that in this movie about loneliness and overcoming, great loss. So I liked it. I dug it. I think it help build to what the rest of the trailer brings to you.
Yeah. So far it does have kind of a morose feeling to it because, that's the one thing that's kind of the most interesting part about heroes is that regardless of how powerful they are, how many times they've saved the city and the world, they're truly fucked. Like
Right.
they can't get what they want. They can't be with the person they want. And for Peter, it's like I had to give up everything just to save the people that I care about. And he's reading a letter, but you hear inner monologue, which I wish more
Right.
superhero movies would do, just inner monologue.
Right.
Um, where he's reading out this letter that he wrote to MJ, where he's like, you may not remember me, but I had to save the world. I had to do something I didn't want to do to keep everyone safe. The one line that really got me in the end of that note was Spider-Man sometimes has to do things that makes Peter Parker
I,
sad.
I was thinking the exact same thing. That's kind of just, I was like,
Mhm.
it takes me back. I was like, poor kid, the struggles.
Yeah. And then after that, it just shows, essentially everything that's going on in the movie. Um, we see Punisher. We see John Bernthal back as Punisher. You see him hit Peter, Spider-Man, whatever, with the Punisher van, and he's like, Frank, what the hell? You almost killed me. He's like, stop your whining, kid.
Which
And then
I
he,
want to point out, I loved. Like, we're not getting an origin story of them meeting. This is like they already have an established relationship. They're probably going to explain, which we'll probably get into in some of the trailer as well, what Peter's been doing in this 4 years of loneliness. And I just love that fact. He's like, Frank. I'm like, oh, they know each other.
I mean, if anyone knows how to be lonely, it's Frank.
Yep.
But and then he shoots him with like some gun, which I mean, he doesn't. It's not meant to kill him, but just like keep him away. And then he knocks his ass out of his van. You see a motherfucker, but Spider-Man whips his mouth
Yep.
before he can say it. He's
We
like,
might
"Go
get the
home, Frank."
one. We might get the one F
Mm,
bomb. It'll be him.
I would love that. Yeah, and then let's just kind of go over what the Punisher is like. John Bernthal strikes me as a guy that's very much about like, I want the character to be right. I'm not just in it for money.
Right.
And he came back for the role in Daredevil Born Again. And originally, he said he originally walked away from it because he didn't like where the character was going. And then when they did all these rewrites and reshoots and blah blah blah, that's when he came back. So, and then obviously he's doing the special, which is going to be
Right.
hard R AF, as the kids say. And him being in a PG-13 MCU film kind of shows me that he liked the script and that he really does understand the character. Because I haven't read every single Punisher comic, but I do know there's Marvel Punisher and then there's Max Punisher.
Yep.
When Marvel Punisher is him driving the van in the long trench coat, sometimes with the white gloves, helping the Marvel characters out. And then there's Max Punisher. We already know who that is.
Yep.
So obviously you're not going to see hard R Punisher in this, but I do think you're going to see a lot of that intensity
Yeah.
that the Punisher can bring in. If there's one thing John Bernthal's good at doing is intensity. I do think there's going to be a lot of scenes where like Punisher kind of is trying to push Peter into that, like, you need to take that extra step, kid. You
Right.
know, you know, similar to Daredevil, but not really,
I,
because Daredevil at the end of the day will beat the shit out of somebody and break their
right.
legs. Whereas Spider-Man, go ahead.
I was say I'm hoping he drops like, why can't you be more like Red? That was
Exactly. Come on, red. Come on, light red. No. Like whereas Spider-Man tries to at least like bring everyone to justice. He doesn't want to hurt anyone,
right.
particularly. And there can also be a callback to No Way Home where like he tries to beat the other living dog shit out of Green Goblin and tries to kill him, and then Toby just comes in and just stops him and doesn't say a word, just looks at him and goes, "No, I'm not letting you do this."
Right. Right. Crossing
Whereas
that.
whereas Frank, I can see that relationship with him and Frank being like, in the end, Frank kind of sees Peter's ideologies, but still does things his way.
Right.
And then Peter respects Frank for what he has to do, but he knows he can never do
Right.
that. And obviously, it's John Bernthal. I love John Bernthal and anything.
Yep.
And this isn't the first time they teamed up together, Tom Holland and John Bernthal. They did a movie from, I forget what it was called, but it was like from 2014, 2015.
Yeah, I can remember what it was. I do think they're both in the new Odyssey coming up too. So
Mhm. Yeah. That movie in particular was where they actually did their Marvel auditions. So they actually filmed each other doing their Marvel roles while they were doing that movie.
right.
And then, 10 years later, now they're in a movie. They're going to be in two movies together in July, Odyssey and Brand New Day.
Yep.
So I'm obviously looking forward to John Bernthal being as what he can bring to the table. But
Yep.
overall, what are your thoughts on Frank Castle, the Punisher, being in an MCU film?
I love it. Again, we're gonna get it focuses more again on that street level crime where again the first three films you kind of had more of that multiverse kind of aspect. Um, where this one I think is going to bring it down to Punisher. Um, who knows how many other cameos we may or may not get, which we're going to talk about more about that as we talk more about the trailer because we're going to cut more cameos coming up. But I love it because it's going to focus more on New York, Spider-Man, street level. If all the rumors, which again they hinted at a few of those in the trailer, of the more street level villains we're going to get, which I'm glad they didn't show all of them because there's one in particular that I'm super excited about, which we'll talk to here in a bit. But yeah, I'm all for Frank and Spidey teaming up. If we can get Red in there too, hell, even Jessica Jones, let's bring them all in. And because this isn't our three-picture deal, right? I mean,
Mhm.
this is going to be like the college years Spider-Man arc. Um, so yeah, I'm for it. Give me more Frank. I'm hoping what we saw in the trailer wasn't most of what we see in Frank. I mean, I don't think it is.
Oh yeah.
So give me it.
Um, yeah, I think when it comes to Spider-Man, Marvel is almost not just Marvel but Sony. They always try to be as protective of it as they can. Where it's just like, we're going to give you a lot without giving you everything.
Right.
So, I mean, the No Way Home teasers, like I think they made it pretty obvious who was going to be in it. Because like I think there was like one scene in one of the teasers where you saw the scene where Peter's fighting the rest of the villains, but there was a YouTuber who was like, if you zoom in, you see one of the villains doing this, like getting kicked in the face. And it's just
Right.
like, obviously they took out something from that trailer that we're not supposed to know. And then, the internet's worst kept secret was dun 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 dun, Andrew Garfield and Toby Maguire came back.
Right.
So from what I was told, because I remember me and RJ, we covered this on a previous show where we're gonna get a lot of cameos in this, and
Yep.
that can either be good or bad. Um, but like with good writing, they can handle it in a way that's less annoying. Because I know there's a rumor that we might get Florence Pugh showing up as
Ooh,
Yelena,
that'd be
which,
nice.
if anything, I think could be like an ending scene or a post credit scene where it's
Right.
like, obviously setting up Doomsday or something like that. But anything with Florence Pugh, I'm all for. Um,
I agree.
um, a possibility of Daredevil showing up because the showrunner for Born Again kind of hinted that season 2 leads into Brand New Day.
Yeah, which they gave us a little bit of that in the trailer. If you notice, who gave him the key to the city?
Hmm. But we didn't see the man in the white coat just yet.
Just yet.
Um, but I mean, the idea of how Born Again can end is what is leading into Brand New Day, because we still don't even know who the villain is. We don't have a villain. We have
Yeah, per
characters, but
se.
not villains. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, and Stephen Yun, for what it's worth, like he was supposed to be Sentry, and he made it very clear, like, I'll come back if you have a role for me. I'll come back, and fans are looking at him to play Mr. Negative. So,
Yeah, which he may be in it. We don't know. Like I
but
said,
there's
we
a
don't.
lot. I like the fact that we don't know. I like the fact
Yeah,
that they're giving us a lot, and we're still just like, what the fuck is going on? What is
exactly.
going
I mean,
on?
this is what a teaser is supposed to be. Is like
Hmm.
a lot, but not a lot.
I feel like Charlie Day, that Charlie Day meme of just like, theories. What's going
Oh,
on?
we're gonna be seeing that all week. Like, oh, this is what this means. This is what this means. It's just like I'm already seeing theories about the tank scene where he pulls the lid off, and then you see like uh, something going in other different people, which
Well, I guess we can kind of jump into that. So Sadie
yeah,
Sink is in a non-disclosed role in this movie, and just based off of the little things that we saw, the idea is that she's supposed to be Jean Grey,
yeah,
which Marvel for the past few years has been setting up the mutants in the MCU. With Miss Marvel, where they said mutation, they had the da-na-na-na theme playing in the back. Namor saying mutant in Wakanda Forever, and countless other things. But the idea is that Sadie Sink might be Jean Grey, which you pointed that out. That scene where he rips open the tank, you just see an older woman in there, and you just see her do this, and the guards are just like, you just see their head flip up. I'm like, okay, that's Jean Grey. That
yeah,
has to be Jean Grey. Um, and also that little snippet of like somebody sitting in a chair where they have their hands, tied up.
right.
And also there's an actor whose name I'm blanking on, Tremel Tillman. Is that his name? He's on
Sounds about right.
Severance.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yep.
So the character he's playing is somebody who's anti-mutant, and
Ooh,
which leads into, because also let me kind of backtrack. So a lot of stuff post Endgame has been giving the I guess the plot or the theme is that the public is like turning on superheroes, and
right,
that's what Kingpin plays a role, is that he's against vigilantes and superheroes, um and whoever the president of the United States, because I think before the late William Hurt passed away, was that he was going to play a role in turning the public against superpowered beings.
right,
um so this is going to set up the mutants where like the public already doesn't like superpowered beings. Now you have human beings who are born with these abilities, so it's just like, I'm already hyped, obviously. And also the MCU X-Men is supposed to film later this year, which I'm kind of
that's
skeptical about.
yeah,
Be-
because they haven't started filming Secret Wars yet. Because it's supposed to go Doomsday Secret Wars, or it's supposed to go
yeah,
Doomsday X-Men Secret Wars. I can't remember.
Secret Wars, I believe, is supposed to film in a few months.
Okay,
um X-Men, I don't know if maybe that was, I don't know. I would expect a delay, because that seems like it's too soon.
right.
um but yeah, I mean, we got our girl, allegedly. We got our Jean Grey. We got our first look at the MCU X-Men. And I love Sadie Sink. I think she's great. I thought she was one of the. I think she was maybe the best actor in Stranger Things, along with Joe Keery,
Yeah.
who is another actor who might be rumored for a role in the MCU, possibly
Ooh.
possibly in this movie. But what are your thoughts? I mean, I guess let me get your thoughts on the Sadie Sink character.
Uh, it, it's interesting. I've already seen, like I said, rumors on that being Jean Grey in that particular scene, and possibly already working with Frank, which I don't know the realism of that, but I read that a couple times that if you notice in the trailer, like he's chasing the tank or he's working with the tank, really don't know that for sure. But I've already seen rumors that Frank may be working with Jean Grey
Hmm.
um, in some capacity. Uh, I mean, if this is going to be a way to introduce the X, a little bit of the X-Men. Again, I mean, throw it all at me. I'll take it. I mean, give me give me a little hint of Professor X too at some point. I mean, we're gonna get
Mm.
Jean Grey, then is this her leading up to going to another school? Because maybe she starts feeling like an outcast.
Ah,
Possibly.
I want that. I want that so bad. Might be too much. They might be giving us too much.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that could be a nice little mid-credit, post-credit scene where somebody, I don't know who, could introduce Gene like, hey, I know somebody who's an expert in mutation. You might want to speak to him. He has a school upstate.
Right.
And it's John Draper. No, I'm playing.
Give that to me.
Hey, come on, Red. Come on. Come on. That's a bad John Draper impression.
Let me tell you a story. Come, I'll tell you a story.
He just comes
Shout
in
out to
with his nice cardigan and his glasses. Like, what the fuck is it? Is it 4 p.m. already?
shout out to John. He'd make a great Professor X. Not gonna lie.
I'd want to see that. I want to see a Professor X John Draper.
Yes.
You're all a bunch of cunts.
Where's my old fashioned?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that could be a nice little segue into the X-Men in the MCU. But as far as like the story with John Bernthal, but Frank Castle and Jean Grey, I've heard that where he's, I guess, protecting her, and I don't know, it makes sense because like they've done that with the Punisher before, where he's protecting
Somebody.
kids.
Right.
I mean, there was season 2 where he had, the snarky, sassy teenager Georgia
Yep.
Wingham. I'm sorry, and that wasn't that great either. So I don't know if they. I mean, with good writing, they can make it interesting. But yeah, I'm all for that. Other stories is you get to see Bruce Banner. You get to see Mark Ruffalo back as Bruce Banner, who's apparently allowed to teach classes now.
Right.
Um,
I like the
I
little
mean,
callback. He still has a little bit of like a. It looked like he had like a little bit of arm sling or something on his arm still.
yeah.
But it'll be interesting because you got that little like, what'd you say your name was again? Which could be a callback from the comics where they did the whole let's forget about who Spider-Man is, but who doesn't forget? The Hulk doesn't forget. So
Well, also to be fair, the Hulk and Spider-Man haven't run into each other yet in the
nope.
MCU.
Which if rumors are true, we're gonna get that.
Yeah, I mean that's the idea is we're gonna get Savage Hulk back. But again, a lot's happened in 4 years, so Peter and Frank know each other.
Yeah.
And maybe a lot's happened in 4 years where Bruce Banner's allowed to teach us a classroom full of students. So
Right.
and then other stuff. I thought this was maybe. I mean, I know it's a teaser, but like I thought it was the best shot. It looks like a really good cinematography looking movie
Yeah.
compared to the John Watts films. Um, I like that shot of Peter diving down the building, and you
And
just see his face. I'm like, ooh,
I was
I
like,
like
that's
that.
new. I like that. Yeah, I like that shot. I also like the shots where you see them fighting the hand. I thought some of those shots were really cool. So
Hmm.
I'm just like, oh, if we get some new oh, I haven't seen this in a Spider-Man film before. I like this. So I'm excited.
And also, who? I guess which hero fights the hand? Red. So again, we'll see. And just again, setting everything else up. Our boy Mike Mondo, not the wrestler, Michael Mondo from Better Call Saul as Nacho. He was fucking good in Better Call Saul. But I'm talking about
Yeah.
now. He's back as finally
Scorpion.
the Scorpion.
And the suit didn't look bad. I'm hoping he gets the helmet on at some point to complete it, but I was a little worried because we got those early sketches of what possibly the suit could look like, but what I saw on screen for that split second, I dug it.
Yeah, I mean that. I mean the idea of doing a Scorpion-induced nightmare scene.
Ooh, nice.
Kind of like that Mysterio nightmare scene from a few years ago. I
Yeah.
want to see that. That'd be dope. Do you think J.K. Simmons comes back?
Yes. Like even if it's for like one or two scenes, because one thing I read too is Peter as actually pursuing his actual journalism and photography, which is supposed to lead up to him actually working for J.K. Simmons and the
Yeah,
Daily Bugle.
And also, J. Jonah Jameson is the one that gives Matt Cargan his suit. So, anything with J.K. Simmons, I'm all for. I'm all
Yeah.
for that. So we got that, and I'm trying to think if there's anything I might have missed.
Well, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Peter's changing.
Oh, okay. He's changing. He woke up in a web cocoon. He's possibly getting organic webs in
Yep,
his
we
body,
got to
like
see
Toby,
that.
which again is a nice little callback to No Way Home, where you see Toby do that, and they're just like,
Right.
"How the hell would you do that?" Even, like I just like Andrew's face, like, "How would you do that?" So yeah, we're getting organic webs, and that shot where you just see all black eyes, where I'm like,
I was like, oh,
are we getting a symbiote? Are they going to pay off that symbiote post credit scene that they ruined in Venom?
right.
So and also we got Secret Wars, so we might be
Yep.
getting the Secret Wars suit. I
Yep.
don't know. I'm hyped for this. I'm hyped for this. July can't come any sooner.
I know. I mean, and it could be a slow build up, but we might get Man Spider. I mean, if he's going through
Ooh.
the drastic changes, I mean, that they better get the CGI pinpoint on that because that's gonna be some heavy CGI if we go Man Spider route.
And also, that's how the Punisher showed up in his first edition with Spider-Man, is he was going after Man Spider.
Yep.
They're giving us too much in this fucking trailer. I
I
don't
know.
think I.
Well,
Oh man.
the great thing is this is going to be basically another 3 film story arc.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
they may give us hints and pieces like, hey, you might want to stick around for the second and third film because we're going to give you a lot more of this.
And also, there's like some other stuff that hasn't paid off yet. I mean, because they paid off the Scorpion thing in this. They could pay off Donald Glover's character from
Yep.
Homecoming, which was
Uh, um,
Uncle Aaron.
yep. And I always forget his villain.
Oh, the Prowler.
The Prowler, yes, and we get Miles after that. So
Which, if anyone doesn't know, there was a deleted scene from Homecoming where he's talking to Miles. He says, "Miles,
yep,
I'm gonna be home. I'm gonna be home late." So, again, if you can bring back Donald Glover for anything, I'm happy.
yeah,
So I have a feeling in this movie there's going to be a lot of setup for the future. We might even get maybe like somebody mentions Miles's name.
yep.
We're not going to see Miles, but we're probably going to hear about Miles.
We might meet his dad.
We could meet his dad. There's a possibility we could meet his mom. I mean, the actors from The Bear is in it.
Yeah, and I mean, if we get Mr. Negative, I mean, it sets itself up. I mean,
So
they didn't even showed us Tombstone yet. I mean, like that's the
yeah,
one I was like, oh, I've been wanting Tombstone for freaking ever, and
yeah.
perfect casting.
Yeah, same guy who played Tombstone in Spider-Verse, and he was
Yep.
also Tobias Whale in Black Lightning. So it's like, I don't know. I just think it's fun. It's like we need an albino black guy to play this albino black guy
Right.
character. That guy. I mean, I
That,
think he's great. I think he's great. He's also kind of funny. So I think he's perfect in as the Tombstone role. Other villains that showed up, very minuscule villains. We had who was it? Tarantula and Boomerang.
yep.
Um,
Which I
so
think that's going to be a montage. Like, hey, want to see what I've been
yeah.
doing for 4 years? This is it.
Yeah, that kind of struck me as montage, especially the classic scene where he's saving somebody in midair. I'm like, okay, that seems like a montage scene
Yeah,
of
that
just like
callback to the first Spider-Man comic or the first cover he was on, basically.
he's like, I'm Peter Parker. This is what I've been up to for 4 years, and then it just shows
Yeah.
all this shit. So, um, and then I ran into a murderous psychopath who with a skull on his chest, but we're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that and then the trailer ends. Or I guess there's a lot of ideas that MJ she misses somebody, but she doesn't know why or who.
Yeah.
You know, she's
And she's trying to move on. You can see there's a love interest there.
mhm.
Um, I don't know if they're going to go the route with. It'd be kind of cool. I just don't know if they'll do the route with his other friend Ned, because they hinted at that in No Way Home. Like, did you have a best friend? Yeah, I had to kill him.
I have a feeling that could be a movie 3 idea because like they need to really build up to that.
Yeah, which
Um,
if you're familiar with the comics, who Nedry becomes, um, Hobgoblin, um, which we've never had a Hobgoblin live action yet. So I mean, he is really gonna have to get his ass in shape for the role, but I can see him pulling that off. Maybe the third film.
and then also because I mentioned earlier Joe Keery, there's a rumor that he might be in one of these movies. I don't know if he'll come out in this movie or the next movie. The idea is that he might be Harry,
Ooh, interesting.
which
Again, it's a lot.
which that could lead to Ned, getting his Hobgoblin persona.
Yep.
Um, I have a feeling they could play with that where it's just like, we don't know who Joe is, but we really do. But it's almost like how they build up Mysterio of like, is he really a villain or is he one of us? Because I know he's a villain, he's a villain, but he's just so charming. He's so
Such a
charming and
nice guy.
likable, and it's just like for a monocle for like a minute second, I'm like, I don't know, and then they do the big reveal. It's like they
Knew
got us, Jake Gyllenhaal, you beautiful bastard.
it.
Um, but that's what they can do with Joe Keery's character is just like he plays this guy named Harry, and we don't know who he is. Peter doesn't know who he is. And there can
Right.
be this big reveal of just like, somebody calls him Mr. Osborne and Peter just has PTSD, like, what?
No, not again.
He's like, oh, my name's Harry Osborne. Meet my dad. And, you know,
It's
it'd
Willem
be
Dafoe.
that'd be dope if it was Willem Dafoe, but I have a feeling they might recast,
Yeah,
which,
I feel it, yeah.
you kind of have to recast, but um oh, there's a lot they can do in these with these next three movies, but they're
Uh,
Hollywood writers. We're not. We're just fans. But
I know.
we're gonna pay all of our money to watch this.
Oh, I'm giving them all my money. I'm already setting up. I'm just like, we're going. I got to see this.
I'm seeing this in IMAX. I
Yep.
haven't done an IMAX thing in a while for obvious reasons, but I'm seeing this in IMAX. I don't care how much money I gotta pay. Same thing with Doomsday. Those are gonna be IMAX movies, and The Odyssey, which comes out on my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm mad. It's like, why couldn't Spider-Man come out on my birthday? But, and then the trailer ends with MJ giving like a nice little nod. It's like, oh, you're a friendly neighbor.
He's like, oh, shit.
But that was a brand new day. Anyone in the chat that's listening, watching, give your thoughts on this brand new day trailer. I guess closing thoughts. Overall, what'd you think about that teaser?
Oh, perfect. It's like you said, gave us a lot without revealing really anything. I mean, we just saw a lot of villain cameos. We got set up about what Peter's been going through, his changes, changes, and I'm excited. Like when I saw the trailer, I got goosebumps. I'm just like, I haven't seen a Spider-Man film since what was the No Way Home, when they come out, 2020, 2021. It was like
2021, but then Spider-Verse is after that.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm excited. My theater here already got my money. They don't know it yet.
They're gonna have everyone's money. Spider-Man brings people back to the theaters. Like Paul Tom. We're gonna talk about Paul Thomas Anderson in a bit, but Paul Thomas Anderson did an interview a few years ago where he was actually defending superhero films. He's like, if anyone's gonna bring people back in the theaters, it's Spider.
Oh, and after seeing this trailer, it's gonna do gangbusters. It's easy, probably gonna break a bill.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. But let's segue into the Oscars, which happened over the weekend. Um, Pretty big show. Conan came back again. I
Love
will
Conan.
say I love Conan. I'll always love Conan. I will say I thought last year's was funnier. I thought
Yeah,
this year's like he had some good bits, but I thought they kind of fell flat in some parts. But I don't blame that. I mean, I don't know if I should say I blame that on Conan or I don't. But last year's I thought was a little funnier. Um, I liked how everyone just went out of their way to shit on Timothy Chalamet.
they did. And that's one thing I like too. Like Conan went right after it. Like, you know what? We're gonna deal with the elephant in the room right now. Because yeah, there's a lot of people, a lot of big names that are pissed off at him.
Hmm.
Chalamet.
There was actually a video like after the Oscars where Steven Spielberg just went out of his way to just ignore him,
You read my fucking mind. That's
and I'm
exactly.
just like, damn.
I was like,
Um, my whole thing with the whole ballet thing is just like there's a difference between being a public figure and guys like us, where we can say whatever we feel about anything, and no one's really going to bat an eye unless we're like saying something overly just like ignorant.
right,
But if it's but like you and me can be like, oh, who cares about ballet or you know opera or whatever. But if it's somebody in the public eye, you kind of have to be careful what you say. You have to realize you're not in, your living room, talking shit with your best friend. You're on a public stage on a public forum being watched by
right.
millions of people. So I do think it was very ignorant of his part to say that.
Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, yeah. It was just young and he was young and dumb. Said something dumb. He's
right.
just like, I'm chilling with McConaughey or shooting the shit, and he just says something out of his ass.
Even McConaughey was just like he was going, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Like he was even just like, oh, dude, you're,
Yeah,
you're digging yourself a hole.
he was having his gym at the office moment, just staring at the camera. He's like, "Don't connect me to this."
I want nothing to do with this. I mean, Chalamet, I think is a good actor. I
Oh
do
yeah,
think lately, every time he talks, he just comes off as a douchebag.
yeah. And that could
Um,
be one of those things where just like if you're told enough times your shit don't stink and you're really really good, you start to kind of play off of that, and you kind of lose a little bit of that humbleness. So maybe this will help bring him down a peg or two. I hope. Where you're just like, oh shit,
yeah, just be humble. I
yep,
mean, Michael B. Jordan. We'll talk about him in a bit. Like he's just been humble this whole time,
yep,
and deservingly, and it paid off, which we'll talk about. But um, I do think in some ways it's faux outrage. About being like, oh, how dare he talk about opera and ballet? Where I'm not gonna tell the opera and ballet community they shouldn't be mad about. I'm just saying like from everybody else, it's like it kind of seems
right,
like faux outrage, but it is one of those things which is like, dude, you probably shouldn't have said anything,
right.
but um but yeah, the Oscars that night, Conan was good. He had some good zingers, and again, they're just shitting on Chalamet anytime, any chance they got. Um, it was nice seeing Miles. I think Miles Canton, that's his name, do the rendition of "I Lied to You," which
Yes,
had a ballerina dancing
right.
dance in the middle of the set. Um, so I thought that was cool, and then of course, K-pop. I forget their name, Huntrix. They sang. Well, they're not a real band, but the girls who were behind Huntrix
Yeah,
sang "Golden," which I like how they gave everybody little mini lights to kind of go with the song. You
right.
saw Steven Spielberg just look happy as a clam doing that. Same thing with Leo.
Yeah, Leo calling it
Uh,
that they're gonna win. He's
I
like,
I also like that one bit where Conan's like, let's make a new meme out of Leo, where it's just like I couldn't get out of doing this. You just see Leo go. So I like how Leo's in his new phase of just like, you know what, I've been docile for so long. I'm just gonna be dad joke Leo. Like who cares?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, let's get into the awards. So
hell yeah.
essentially everybody that won that we thought was gonna won. Like we kind of called it, last week. So
Uh,
One Battle had the most awards. I think it had 6. Sinners had 4. Marty Supreme, we were just talking about Timothy Chalamet got nothing. Nada, zero, zilch.
what's that?
Uh,
I don't think that one. What's his name? The it comes off as a douche.
Safdie.
No, the one who played his dad in the movie.
Oh, Kevin something.
Yeah, where he's like always. He says a lot of shit out of his ass too, which I just don't think that helped the film.
Yeah, he's very much an asshole in real life, and that's why he got cast to play an asshole in a film.
Right.
Um, but let's just kind of go through the awards. So, Best Picture was One Battle,
Not
um,
surprised.
which I was happy about because I like One Battle. I personally would have liked a Sinners one because I like Sinners more. Um, I was assuming Hamnet was going to win because everybody was very much just like suckling at the teat of that movie. but just going by how the show was being paced, I'm like, well, Hamnet hasn't really gotten anything other than Best Actress.
Right.
So,
Which it's on my list to watch. I think it's on Peacock now, so I will. I mean, I hear it's just a downer of a movie 'cause what the story involves, but what's her face who was from Men, I guess deservingly won for her role in it.
I mean, good for Jesse Buckley.
Yeah,
I got nothing against her. The only thing is, I've seen her in 2 movies, and the 2 movies I've seen her in, I didn't like at all.
which we'll probably get to that if we have time.
And one of those movies, our friends at Spitball Media seem to enjoy a lot, and that's Men. And I notoriously hate men, but that's another story for another time.
Right.
But good for One Battle. Paul Thomas's first Best Picture. Actually, no, I don't think it's his first Best Picture. I think he's won Best Picture before. I think it's his first Best Director.
Director, yeah, right.
Which, I mean, good for him. I think that's kind of like a legacy, almost like a legacy award, where it's just like, hey, you've been nominated for long enough. Let's give you something.
Right. It's like, you may not be able to top this, so we're going to give it to you.
You know, I've noticed that with Oscars, where it's just like actors get nominated for roles that they probably should have won in the past, but they get nominated for so long. It's like, let's just give you something.
Right.
Leo won for The Revenant, and I never saw The Revenant, but from what I heard, it's like, yeah, he probably should have won for other things in the past.
Right.
But good for PTA.
Yeah.
Had no clue he was married to Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, I think I've known that before, just because I've seen them together at other award shows. But I was like, oh yeah, he's married to her. That's different.
But yeah, they seem like a nice couple. I mean, I like Maya. She's funny. I liked her in Saturday Night Live and other things I've seen her in. But good for PTA.
Yeah.
Best actor in a leading role.
This actually surprised me. I was not expecting Michael B. Jordan to win. Like, no. I just don't know if this was the Academy's way. Like, hey, look, general public, we do like popular movies.
And like, I know I've been critical because I love Sinners. I still have my critiques about it. I think the supporting characters were more interesting than Michael B. Jordan. That's not to take away from his talent. I thought he had to play 2 different characters, and that's hard to play 2 different characters. You can't just be like, well, one's red and one's blue. It's like, no, you gotta have 2 different personality traits. And I remember him doing like one of those actors round tables where he had to talk about the process of how to walk differently as Stack and how to talk differently as Smoke. I'm like, that's interesting. So that's not taking away from his talent. I just didn't think he would win. Right. And I was assuming Timothy would win because he, for all his faults, I thought he did a great job in Marty Supreme. That might have been his best role. But looking at the other actors, like I was thinking, like, are they going to give it to this Wagner Moura fella who there was a lot of hype on Secret Agent.
Right.
Never saw Blue Moon. I like Ethan Hawke. I just never saw Blue Moon. I heard good things about it. And Leo in One Battle After Another, that just almost seemed like a gimme of just like, it's a big film and it's Leo. Let's just give him a nomination. Right. Would have liked if our boy Joel Edgerton got something for Train Dreams.
Yeah.
I thought that was his best role. Along with Warrior. But I would have liked if Train Dreams got something.
I know. I was like, can we get at least cinematography? But nope.
Yeah, we'll get to cinematography. But when I saw cinematography, I'm like, okay, I think this is gonna win. But come on, give Train Dreams something. Train Dreams was was a greatly shot film. But yeah, Michael B. Jordan won, and I like the setup. I like how Adrian Brody kind of poked fun at himself for having a really long speech last year.
Right.
And so the setup I thought was great, where he said, and the winner goes to, and then he just looks over and goes, Michael B. Jordan.
Nice.
And Jordan had a good speech. He came off as very humble.
Right.
And good for him. I'm happy for him. He's a great actor. He's a big star. I mean, he's marketable.
Yeah.
I've been watching him for a while. Like he was, I just binged Friday Night Lights. That was,
nice.
That was pre-Killmonger. That was pre-Creed. That was pre-Fruitvale Station. We got to see, the future, Michael B. Jordan, which actually, after he won, he looked over at Jesse Plemons and did a Texas Forever, thing.
Yeah, that was a nice callback.
So I love that. My little Texas heart loved that. I would like if Jesse Plemons got nominated. That's another thing. For Begonia, but I'm happy for Michael B. Jordan. Obviously, well deserved. He did a great job in Sinners, even though I thought other people were better. That's just my personal opinion, but I thought he was great
I
in
agree.
Sinners. But I was pleasantly surprised. But what were your thoughts on Mike getting the win?
I was, I want to say like I was shocked, but like we talked a couple weeks ago, I mean, our money was like, oh, they're going to give it to Chalamet or the
Mhm.
guy from Secret Agent, and then possibly Leo. Like, I thought Michael B. Jordan was just a nice nomination to get his name with the others. So when he won, I was like, wow. I was like, that was surprising. And like I said, great actor. Definitely hit this. I think some of the supporting cast, like Delroy, I thought was a lot stronger character.
Mhm.
Um, and some of the others than Michael B was, but happy for him. Let's just hope it continues to make great movies. I'm sure he's got other shit lined up with Coogler
Mhm.
coming up, so which is just gonna further their pockets and
Yeah.
make more creative movies.
I know Jordan. He's doing a Thomas Crown Affair movie.
Oh, yep.
Um,
Oh, yep.
I know he's doing another Creed in the future. Um, and there's a few other things that I'm blanking on that he's doing. But best actress, we kind of already talked about it. Jesse Buckley got it for Hamnet, which everybody kind of called. I haven't seen Hamnet, so I can't really judge it.
Same.
I've heard two different sides of the camp. I've heard the people who just love anything cinema related. I say cinema, that suckle at the teat of this film. And then I go on the side of people who aren't in the pockets of certain studios or the Academy, who are just, honest, who just said the film's just either okay or it wasn't that great. Um, Jeff Lippman didn't like it, but Jeff Lippman hates everything, so I can't really judge that. Other people, who other like YouTubers and podcasters whose opinions I trust on things just said it was just okay or it just wasn't that good.
Right.
Um, but I mean, again, good for Jessie Buckley. Good for her, getting this award. The other one, I mean, the only ones I've seen in this category, I saw Emma Stone and Begonia. I thought she was great in that. I never saw Sentimental Value, but I heard good things. Rose Byrne, who I like in everything, I never saw her movie. And then Kate Hudson and Sung Blue. I was surprised she got nominated, not Chase Infinity.
Right. Right.
But so I don't really have anything to add to that, other
Same.
than good for Jessie Buckley. Which she was actually in a video game. She was in she was in The Devil in Me, one of those not Telltale, but like choose your own adventure games.
Oh, okay. I got you. I know what game you're talking about.
Yeah. So best actor in a supporting role, Sean Penn for One Battle, which he didn't even show
Oh,
up.
yeah, because they won't allow him to smoke cigarettes. So that's why he wasn't there. He decided to go to Ukraine, I believe. Um,
Right.
but Kieran Culkin just cracks me. It just means like, Sean Penn couldn't be here, didn't want to be here. Who knows? Which I just, and Delroy looked pissed. Like he didn't clap or nothing. He just said, it's like, motherfuckers.
I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, I would have liked if Delroy got something because I
Yeah.
thought he was great. But yeah, Sean Penn was great in One Battle. I mean, we talked about it. He was funny I guess he was like awkwardly aggressively funny. There's the one scene we talk about. There's the other scene where Chase is like, "Your shirt is way too tight. Are you implying that I'm gay?" I never said that. I am not a homosexual. I never said that either.
Yeah,
um,
he was great in that role.
which makes him a three-time Oscar winner.
Yep. He's up there with some of the best. Nick,
Nicholson,
is Streep up there? Has she won 3? I know she's lost a lot.
I don't know. I haven't checked, but yeah, I mean, good for Sean Penn. What else
Yep.
goes on? Best actress in a supporting role. This was where I had to clap out loud like a madman. Amy Madigan, One for Weapons.
Yes.
Horror.
I'll do my New Day clap. Horror.
I was ecstatic because Weapons I loved. I actually rewatched it the next day.
Nice.
And I thought she was great. I thought she was amazing. I thought she was this blend of quirky and just evil and just a character that you're like, oh man, I can't wait for you to meet your end. And then she met her end and that ending scene, which
It's so good.
it had a mixture of comical and like almost like Japanese horror.
Exactly. Like, I
And
shouldn't be laughing at this because this is terrifying. But you're right. It was like, oh my God, this is nuts. But also at the same time, it's making me chuckle a little bit.
which Zach Kreger said he actually borrowed from the ending of Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, that's great.
Um, so yeah, I'm happy for her because now horror is being taken seriously.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even right. Which Amy Magan brought that up. She's just like, in the past, people looked at horror movies as just like, what? It's just like whatever. Now they're being taken more seriously because Sinners got a shit ton of nominations and they won a few things. I would like if they maybe got a little more, but that's just me. Um, for what it's worth, The Ugly Stepsister, which was a Shudder movie, got nominated for Best Makeup.
Yeah.
I know it came out in theaters, but it's essentially a movie that comes out in Shudder. Frankenstein, same thing. It got nominated for a bunch of awards. It won a bunch of awards.
A lot of technical awards, yeah.
Which you kind of figured they were going to give them to them. But yeah, Amy Madigan winning an Oscar for a horror movie.
And she seems just like such a sweetheart. I mean, seeing her and Ed Harris together, and they've been together for what she said, 40 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks so damn happy for her. I'm just like, and she's just
I like that look he gave her, like,
you're right.
Which is, I told you so. Didn't I tell you you're going to win? And I also like that, Tiana Taylor was a class act about it because like they showed two visuals of like when Tiana won at the Golden Globes and Amy was happy for her, and then cut to the Oscars and Tiana was happy for Amy. So I like how she was a class act about it. I do love seeing stuff like that, but this also really does raise up Zach Kreger's stock, so to speak, as like the director to have, because you never know, his movie could make somebody an Oscar nominated or possibly Oscar winning actor. Not to say that Resident Evil was going to be an Oscar winning film, but you never know.
I will say this does, and this is my own viewpoint, this does add a lot of pressure because there's a lot of really bad Resident Evil movies out there. A lot. Yeah. So there's a lot of pressure. And I've seen it go both ways. I mean, I know we're kind of segueing off the path here, but a lot of people are upset because Zach Kreger said, like, it's in the universe, but it's its own origin story. Then people are just like, well, why make it Resident Evil then? So
that's the only thing that kind of makes me raise my eyebrow a little bit. I'm like, he's like, it's Resident Evil, but it's not really Resident Evil, but it's Resident Evil. I'm like, why is it called Resident Evil? Why not call it Umbrella or whatever? I don't know, but I have faith in Zach Kreger because he hasn't steered me wrong yet. I mean, he obviously seems like someone who, like, he writes his own shit. He doesn't do other people's shit. Like, this is an IP that he's writing and directing on his own.
And I love his film style. I love the way he kind of like, here's a plot. Oh, we're changing it. Oh, here's a plot. Oh, now we're going this way. So I just love, I mean, he did that with Barbarian, and I love the setup in Weapons, where it's kind of like different people's perspective during the same time frame and kind of building up to the finale.
Barbarian was my surprise hit because I remember they only showed one trailer for that, and it was vague as hell. I'm like, what is this? And I saw it, and when that twist came in, I was just like I was in a theater, like a small theater with like a few people at 12 in the afternoon. And when that twist happened, I just yelled out. I didn't even think I was being loud. I went, well, fuck me.
Right. I know that to me, when I watch it, it's like this very intense, like 20, 30 minutes of her and Skarsgård in the B&B, and it's slow building, shit happens. And then we got Sunshine and Highways and fucking Justin Long talking on the phone. I'm like, what's going on here?
I'm like, no, wait, go back to that. I want to see that. It's like, no, we're moving on to the next scene. And then obviously weapons, like weapons. I said when I reviewed it, it's not the movie you think it is.
Right.
It very much is like a character study, and then it gets to the horror, but it does a good job at blending the character study and the horror with each other because
Right.
that's what's making a lot of horror great nowadays is you're having good acting and you're having
Yep.
good character development. And we want that. We want that for
Yep.
our horror movies. Um, I think Weapons probably could have had more love at the Oscars. I'm obviously happy for Amy, but I would have liked
Yeah.
something else, like I don't know, score, cinematography.
Kreger should have
Uh,
been in with the directing category, in my
I
opinion.
wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly agree. I would have loved if, like, fuck it, make if F1 can get a fucking Best Picture nomination. I haven't seen F1, so I can't judge it.
I
Let
tried to start it
Weapons.
last night.
Weapons should have gotten nominated for Best Picture, and Zach Kreger
Yep.
should have gotten nominated for Best Director. I don't give a fuck. Fight me,
Right.
motherfuckers, fight me. And also Best Original Screenplay.
Yep.
I mean, another film since we're on the topic of horror. I mean, I guess it's horror adjacent. Is Long Walk. I would have liked if that
Yeah.
got some.
Yeah, that was a kind of a sleeper hit. I mean, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but from what everybody I've known who's seen it said it's fantastic movie. Dread, horror, like I said, horror adjacent from what I know about it.
Mhm.
So I'm definitely ready to watch that one. But yeah, I'm surprised that didn't get nominated for anything.
I think it's because it came out at a weird time. It came
Okay.
out when the Charlie Kirk thing happened,
Oh, gotcha.
and so people were like, "Oh, people are really dying in the streets. I'm going to watch a movie about kids, even though they're 20-something-year-old actors, being killed." And without spoiling anything, they really don't skim away from the violence in this movie. Like they don't give a fuck. They're like, it's like, you like this character? You like this character? Look,
Whoa.
you know. Again, good acting all around. Mark Hamill is a bastard in this movie. And David Johnson and the Hoffman boy, as I call him, I thought
Oh,
they were
yeah.
really good in it too. So again, just personal taste. I would have liked if those movies maybe got more looks at the Oscars, but that's just me.
Right.
But all in all, we're very happy for Miss Madigan for getting an Oscar
Yes.
for
Ecstatic.
Weapons. Best original screenplay, Ryan Coogler for Sinners. That was kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Which it's very apropos that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans awarded him the award, which is just like Iron Man / Doctor Doom and Captain America are handing over an award to pretty much the king of Wakanda.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty
Absolutely.
cool. Which raises up which makes Black Panther 3 seem that more important because now you have
rumor Coogler's going to get a big A-lister in the third one. That's the rumor.
Denzel.
But I was like, Denzel in MCU?
Which who he could play, I don't know. But Oscar-winning director Ryan Coogler directs Black Panther 3. I'm like, ooh. But good for Ryan Coogler. I'm happy for him. Adapted screenplay was PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson. That was kind of
No
a no-brainer.
surprise.
Yeah, I mean that everything else, animated feature film was K-pop Demon Hunters, which I was
No
happy.
surprise there.
I was pissed off that they cut him off during their speech. It was just like, come on, let him talk. And also best original song was Golden, which makes sense. So again, K-pop Demon Hunters is an Oscar-winning film,
which means we'll probably get 2 or 3 more. Which I think they're already making a second one, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna release that shit in theaters.
Yeah, which means it's gonna make a shit ton of money.
No, sir. Other films, we won't really go too much into the other ones.
Yep.
We just mentioned that, or best score was Sinners as Ludwig Göransson, who has 3 Oscars, one for Black Panther, Oppenheimer, and now Sinners.
Yeah, and isn't he doing composing for the Odyssey too?
Hold on, I don't know. Let me check.
I could be wrong.
Filmography. Oh, you're right. The Odyssey.
Oh well, he could be getting a 4th.
and Mandalorian Gurker.
Oh, which I'm excited about that one too.
So, and more than likely he'll be back for Black Panther 3.
Nice.
Best casting first time was One Battle, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, it's no surprise there. Which a lot of people said because they did that award towards the beginning, so they said whoever won that would get Best Picture. So it's no surprise that One Battle won.
Yeah, makes sense. Here's kind of an interesting one. Best cinematography, Sinners. The winner was a lady known as Autumn Dorald Arcapa. The first time a woman, first time ever, a woman had won best cinematography.
Which great for her. I mean, that's gonna put her name out there, and I don't know what else she's done, but I mean, super happy for her.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at her. Okay. So her work is a movie called Macho and Guadalupe the Virgin. Don't know those films.
Nope.
Palo Alto. Sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar.
That's with Emma Roberts. Okay. 1 and 2. I don't know what that is. Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
The movie. The Light Between Oceans. Untogether. Teen Spirit. The Sun is Also a Star. Mainstream. Black Panther. Wakanda Forever.
Oh, okay.
The Last Showgirl, which that was with Pam Anderson.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And also Sinner. So yeah, Ryan Coogler likes to. Oh shit! I just clicked off the list. Yeah, Ryan Coogler definitely likes to keep it in house and work with people he trusts.
Right.
But I was happy for her. I didn't know it was the first woman. I thought there had been a woman the one before. But I thought, is it a woman of color? It's like, no, first woman ever.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, good for her. I'm happy when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
So. And then obviously, we mentioned Frankenstein had won a lot of technical stuff. They won for makeup and hairstyling, costume design. One battle, one for editing. Visual effects was Avatar. That was just literally its only award.
Right.
Which is just like visual effects. Gee, who's gonna win? Avatar.
Right. Right.
Which Sigourney Weaver actually presented, which she actually had a funny bit with Pedro Pascal where
I saw that.
they had Grogu in the audience, and Kate Hudson's playing with them. She goes, "Get away from her, you bitch!"
Alien throwback.
Which I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I was happy with how the Oscars turned out. I would have liked a little more. I would have liked maybe a little bit more. Would have liked if Sinners maybe got more. That's just
Right.
me. What were some films? I think we kind of touched base on a little bit. What were some films that personally for you, you were you were surprised that they got snubbed as far as nominations goes?
I mean, we've talked about it quite a bit, but Train Dreams really
Mm-hmm.
was it for me. I mean, I'm surprised Clemens didn't get it for Begonia because he was freaking great in that. Um, One film I'm surprised really kind of didn't get a lot of recognition was I'm surprised Civil War. Now maybe because it was a little bit touchy.
That
But
came
I know
out.
that.
That came out in the 2024.
Oh, it did. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I thought it came out. Never mind. Man, time just flies these days.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think what else. I mean, really, the Train Dreams was one of the big ones that I saw where I was like, man, this should have gotten a lot more love. Because everything else, I mean, they kind of hit the head. I mean, I'm surprised as much horror got nominations as they did. I mean, this was actually a big. I mean, even though they didn't win, having Ugly Stepsister getting a nomination, I thought was pretty freaking fantastic. I mean, hey, that's a nice little shout out for a Shudder movie.
Mhm.
Um, so I I would say just Train Dreams is really the only thing I was really disappointed in. I mean, I was more than ecstatic. Besides what we already talked about, I think Weapons should have got a little bit more love in other categories. But the fact that in the horror genre, Sinners, whether you loved it, thought it was okay, the fact that it is technically a horror movie, got a lot of love. We got Best Supporting Actress, which uh, for, I can't remember, I think they said it's been forever since a horror esque winning that category for best supporting actress. I think they said it's been like 60 years, something maybe like Rosemary, since Rosemary's Baby. Um, I don't know. I mean, overall, I was happy. I was happy with all of that, with Frankenstein, Sinners, and Weapons God. I mean, that just gives me hope that in the future they recognize more, because we are getting great acting in horror movies. So I'm hoping this sheds more light. And
No, I actually found so Natalie Portman won for Black Swan. That was considered a horror movie.
oh, really? And she won Best Supporting Actress?
No, Best
Or
Actress.
Best Actress. Okay, Best Actress. Okay.
Kathy Bates for Misery,
Oh, yes, yes.
and then Ruth Gordon for Rosemary's Baby. So
Okay, gotcha. So I'm happy. I mean, if we get more horror movies as the years progress in these categories, especially when we have the likes of Ari Aster, Ty West, Craigers, um, even if like some of the bigger ones do, like a shit, give me Scorsese doing a horror movie that gets a lot of love. Um, or
Nolan.
Spill. Oh, I would love to see Nolan do a horror movie. That'd
His
be
ass would be his ass loves being practical. He'd want to actually summon demons,
right. It'd be.
which I
I mean,
wouldn't mind.
I think the closest he's gotten to horror, and they're not really horror, but like Insomnia and Memento are kind of psychological thrillers. So I think, I mean, I love him. Give Nolan directing a cult movie. Give me that.
Yes, that'd be dope. I mean, obviously, we talked about Weapons. I would have liked if Weapons got more love. Let me just. I had my list available of my 2025 movies. Um, other things. There's a movie that barely cracked my top 10. It's called Sorry Baby.
Oh, I've
It's
heard
an
about it.
A24 film. Um, First time director, and I think it's her first acting film. It's Ava Victor. I thought the film was just really touching and just like without giving too much away, her character, something awful happens to her, and the rest of the movie kind of like Weapons, but not exactly like Weapons, where it like tells the story in different chapters, where it leads to her not getting over it, but it leads to her healing and learning to
Gotcha.
make peace with it. And I just thought it was such a really, really good film. I would have liked if she got best, original screenplay, um, and also best actress. I thought she was great in that. I would have liked that for her. I already talked about Train Dreams. I would have liked if for visual effects, like Fantastic Four, I thought was fucking beautiful
Yeah,
as far as
I agree.
visual goes. Maybe give something to Superman. That would have been fun. Um, I guess this is just my personal taste. This is a movie that I wish more people would have watched last year. Companion. That would have been nice if
Oh,
it
yeah.
got like makeup and whatever. Um, I'm surprised Naija 2 didn't get like animated.
Oh, that did really well in the theater, didn't it?
It was the highest grossing movie of last year and no one saw it.
I was like, yeah, I remember you talking about it, but
I saw it. I saw it by myself and I didn't even know it was 3D. Like the ticket I bought didn't say 3D. And then I get into an empty theater. I'm like, why is the screen blurry? Is that like the scene? And I went, oh shit, this is 3D.
I need my
And I
glasses.
had to run all the way up to the front like I need glasses. And then I watched it. I thought it was like a very beautiful film. It's 2.5 hours, by the way, but it's
That's
a
damn.
very beautiful film. And the visuals in that could make Pixar and Disney just go, "Oh, we suck," you know. So I'm surprised that didn't get like a best animated or best foreign or even like visuals.
Right.
So I don't know, but other horror like Bring Her Back. I'm surprised I didn't get something.
Yep, that's another one. I'm surprised that, because that was a heavy, heavy movie. So I'm surprised the female lead there that played the moms, she probably should have got a nomination.
I thought
She
she
was
was really good. I didn't love the movie the way everyone else did. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I just thought it was such a downer of a movie. And a lot of these downer films, I'm just like, I get it. not everything is peaches and rainbows, but it's like, give me something. Like,
Yeah.
give me something I could feel good about. But like,
I
I really good.
I was gonna say, sorry to interrupt. I was gonna say, I wonder if Weapons didn't come out after Bring Her Back came out, if maybe more attention would have been on Bring Her Back. But
I think it came out after.
Weapons had so much hype on it that I think it overshadowed a movie immensely, like Bring Her Back.
No, agreed. I do think Bring Her Back came out before because I know Weapons came out in the fall, so Bring Her Back
Yep.
came out in July, I believe, or in the summer, I believe. Um, yeah, again, those are just kind of my personal choices for like movies I think should have at least gotten some like technical nomination awards, not necessarily win, but just
Right.
get nominated. I do stand on the hill of I think Weapons should have gotten Best Picture, Best Direct, or I mean, not win, but like get nominated
Nominated, right. I agree.
for director, picture, and also original screenplay. That's just again, that's just me. That's just how I feel. Um, but anyone watching, also Predator Badlands probably should have gotten like visual effects.
Such a good movie.
That's a movie that I was getting ready to shit on,
Right.
and I'm like PG-13 Predator movie, like ew, like I almost went ew, get that away from me. And then I watched it, I'm like,
Yeah. No
I
human blood in that movie.
I owe you an apology. You were amazing.
Yeah.
But those are just my personal beliefs and opinions, people.
Yeah.
And I guess we kind of end it with what we've been watching, just to kind of go through that real quick.
Yep. What I just watched Keeper
Hmm.
recently. Definitely one thing, and I posted this on the old Twitter game there, that I think if he continues to film in the way he's going to film, I think Oswald Perkins is going to be a very divisive director. Where I think you're either
Right.
going to love his movies or you're not, and they're going to be the type of movies that you like literally have to put everything down and pay attention to, because just like Longlegs and Keeper, there's layers and there's stuff in the background that's going on. There's stuff in the foreground. There's not a whole lot that's being said in Keeper. There's very little dialogue, but there's a lot going on that you're like, oh, I got to pay attention. Um, and so I liked it. I didn't like it as much as Longlegs. I know you weren't a big Longlegs person, but I think Keeper's gonna be another one where I'm gonna watch it again and probably like it a little bit more, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be seeing stuff that um, I didn't notice the first time. Definitely the ending I wasn't expecting. I don't know. Have you seen Keeper yet?
Yeah.
Yep. I was not expecting that ending whatsoever. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going there. Um,
I had a feeling where that ending was going to go. Just based off the trip, because I'll say this because you kind of hit it on the head. Osgood Perkins is very much divisive because you either like his films or you don't. Um, but the one thing he does is he intrigues you with his trailers. Because
yep.
even if you eat, because like I mean, you mentioned it. I didn't love Long Legs when anyone else did. The first time I watched it, I didn't like it. I was close to hating it, and then the second time I rewatched it, it slightly went up in value. I'm not like 4 stars. I just went, I'll give it like a star because there's some things I liked about it. Um, I like the technical and cinematography aspect. I also like the little things like sound. You know, like just knocking on, like just pounding on a door was scary,
Yeah.
and and also just that overall feeling of dread and just little things like in the back, you have to look and you go, what's that?
Right.
Um, I just wasn't nuts about Nicolas Cage. I just thought Nicolas Cage was in a different movie than everybody else. And for better or for worse, you got the full Cage experience. And
Yeah.
in this case, it was bad Cage. Like I was hearing from everybody like, Nicolas Cage was terrifying. I go, have you seen other Nicolas Cage movies? Like he's pretty much Nicolas Cage in this movie. Um, and then John Draper, he said, he was more unsettling than scary. I went, okay, I can buy unsettling,
Yeah.
but scary, no. And Michael Monroe, I haven't been impressed in anything I've seen her in. I'm sorry.
She was great in that Resident Evil commercial.
I mean, by default, that's maybe the best thing I've seen her in. I didn't love It Follows the way everyone else did. I'm trying to think of other movies she's been in that I've possibly seen, but um, but yeah, just the monkey I didn't really care for. Um, that almost seemed like it was out of Osgood Perkins's hands.
Yeah, I think that was we give you one, you can have one type thing that they
Yeah,
do
yeah.
often in Hollywood. Like, oh, you want to
A-
make this film? We're going to do this one for us.
And then they showed the teaser for Keeper at the end of the movie. I went, okay, this fucker has me again. Like
Yeah,
now I
right.
got to see what this is about. And then yeah, I saw Keeper. Um, I mean, Tatiana Maslany, I thought she was good. I think she's good in anything. Um, just Keeper wasn't for me. I'll just leave it
Yeah,
at that.
I
It
gotta
really
say
wasn't for me.
it's going to be one of those movies where, like I said, I think as the years go on, and if he keeps up with this style, which most directors will stay the same, I think you're either going to go in like, I really like Oswald Perkins, and or other people like, I didn't like his other movies, so I'm probably going to skip this till it comes to streaming.
I just thought of this. Like, there's a bit from the Chappelle Show where Dave Chappelle, he's like, it was like he goes on the internet and it's just like random people doing ads, like, asking him if he wants to do this. He says no. And there's a scene where I guess he just went shopping and someone's asking him, "Hey, are you into goat play?" He's like, "No, not really." He's like, "Do you want to watch a video of Britney Spears, having sex?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, I want to watch it. Let's go watch it." Like, that's kind of how I feel about Osgood Perkins, where it's just like, I just watched this shit and now he's showing me something where it's probably not going to be my thing, but I want to watch it because it intrigues me.
It entices you back in.
It's like, hey, we know you just got done watching goat play, but do you want to watch this? I'm like, okay, fine. Like, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, that's all in all. It's not for me. I'll just leave it at
Yep. About the only other thing, like I said, I tried to start F1 last night. I didn't realize it's almost a 3 hour freaking movie. So like I got to a point where I was like, how much more do I got? Oh, I got an hour and 20 minutes left to go. I'm gonna pause it. So far, uh, it's good. I like some of the racing scenes that they're doing, and like they'll switch from perspectives of what the driver's seeing to the actual racetrack, and Brad Pitt's character building with this young up and comer who thinks his shit doesn't stink and not as good as you think he is, and they're just kind of building off that. So it's okay so far. I was like, by the end of it, I'm probably gonna tell myself this does not need to be nearly 3 hours.
that. Right.
Um, and then, like I told you offline, I did catch up with the Godzilla MonsterVerse Monarch. Um, Pretty good. I think it's only 4 episodes in so far. First episode's probably my favorite, just because they had most of that episode with Titans in it. The past 2 episodes have been more character building, which I know can be kind of a drag. So it's like, give us monsters. We don't care about your love story. Um, but they're building more on, which is, still drives me crazy that Wyatt sounds so much like his dad when he talks. Like
Hmm.
when he talks, I'm just like, God, that sounds like Kurt. Um, but they're building more on um, their story, because they are going back and forth like they did the first season, where they're back learning about when Monarch and its early fruition and searching for monsters to present day. Um, so season's good so far. I'm hoping it picks up in the next several weeks, because I've seen no sign of Godzilla. They were just mainly focused on King Kong and this new Titan that not gonna do a whole lot of spoiling, but they kind of unleashed a new Titan into the world in
Yeah.
present day. So I'm excited about that. So I'm just hoping it picks up a little bit, because it's kind of a lot of talky talk.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't nuts about the first season of Monarch because, like, there's like a few franchises that I'm almost like obliged to watch, and that's anything Marvel superhero related, and Alien, and also Godzilla. And so if it's Godzilla, I'm gonna be there because it's my duty.
Right.
Um, and I wasn't nuts about Monarch. I know a lot of people were, and I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I'm more on the side of just like, okay, I think White Russell's a very good actor. I think the other woman who was in Shogun.
Yep.
I think she's good too. I just didn't care about their characters. I was just like, come on, give me Godzilla. And
Right.
I got like a kick out of Godzilla showing up, but just having that attitude of just like, time's up.
Right.
You know, tee off is in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Let's go.
And just that one scene where he comes out of a portal and he just has almost like this stance of just like,
Like, God, here, clean up your mess.
he's like, I have to be I could have been anywhere but here.
Right.
Like, so, but yeah, just again, another thing of just like, it's not for me. Someone put up something that I thought was kind of cool where they said they should do another season of True Detective, but bring in Wyatt and Kurt Russell and Lewis and Bill Pullman, but have
That'd
them
be
play
great.
younger and older versions of them. So I'm like, yes, give me that, please.
That'd be
Please
awesome.
give me that. That'd be dope. But yeah.
And that's all I've been seeing.
As far as shows goes, I'll make it quick. The Pit season 2, it's the best show on television. I got nothing else to provide for that other than it's an awesome show. Watch it. Paradise season 2. I thought it was a surprise hit of last year because it's, as far as I know, it's not an IP. It's its own thing. I thought last season was a little better. I think this season is kind of a slow burn, but it's building up the suspense of, you know, what's in the magic box, so to speak. And Sterling K. Brown's awesome. I'll watch him in anything.
Right.
And what else am I watching? Oh, Daredevil Born Again is coming out next week.
Yes,
So
it
we got
is.
that to look forward to. Invincible season 4 already came out. So I will be watching it as soon as we get off of here.
Nice.
And movies. What have I been watching? I saw War Machine the other night with Reacher, who essentially just plays Reacher in this movie.
Right.
It's a movie that I think is good for streaming, for an obvious reason. It's not a movie that should have come out in theaters. I'm assuming they're going to make sequels because the ending set up a sequel, which I'm like, okay.
Cool.
Could have been shorter because I think it's like close to 2 hours where I'm like, okay, I'm really feeling this 2 hours. Like it needs to wrap up. And Alan Richardson's good. I like Alan Richardson. I like Reacher more. I don't like whatever. I didn't really care about whatever that was, War Machine. But if you have time to kill, it's on Netflix. Give it a watch.
Gotcha.
I watched a horror movie on Shudder called Body Cam, which had an interesting idea, and then the horror stuff started happening. I'm like, this seems like a VHS segment.
I was gonna say because I saw it highlight on Shutter, but I'm just like, this kind of looks like it could be a 20-minute story on VHS.
Exactly. This was meant to be a VHS story, but it wasn't. It was 75 minutes. That, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So it's not. I don't think it's a movie anyone needs to go out of their way to watch. But yeah, let me get to the theatrical releases. So The Bride, which came out last week. Again, a very divisive movie. It very much has that energy of, if you don't like this, and that means you're an ist.
Right.
You're an it. You're an ism. It's like, no, I just didn't like the movie. I'm just being straightforward. I really didn't like the movie. The movie was very much of a mess. It was annoying it was annoying for the most part. Jesse Buckley, who just won an Oscar. It's not going to matter what I say, but I didn't like her in this movie. I'm sorry. Like I thought she did a good job in some parts, but she was just really annoying in the movie. Like she just had scenes of almost like what's the word? Tourette's. And we just had a situation with Tourette's, but it's just like, it almost seemed like she had Tourette's because she kept going back and forth to playing her character, which is like, are you supposed to be Harley Quinn or what are you supposed to be? And then all of a sudden she starts speaking this Cockney accent of she's inhabited by the spirit of Mary Shelley. And then this whole theme of women's progressive, movement or whatever, which felt very forced in. Where all of a sudden the bride is this folk hero for women all around. and it's like, this women's revolution is taking over. It's like there's like 5 women that are doing it, so how is it a revolution? So I didn't like it. I didn't like her in the movie. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, a lot, from what I've read, a lot of people did not like it.
No, Christian Bale was fine. Even though I think he was kind of wasted. The whole storyline with the mob, um, and Peter Sarsgaard's and Penelope Cruz's character arc, I thought seemed very kind of like forced in.
Gotcha.
And Jake Gyllenhaal didn't really serve a purpose in the movie at all.
Nice.
Like, I thought it was interesting how he was playing like this like old timey 40s song and dance actor.
Gotcha.
Which he was actually singing, by the way. So, good on him. I will say I liked how the movie was shot. I'll give it that. Maggie Gyllenhaal, I'm not really familiar with a lot of her directing work, but this was not it for me. If you liked it, then that's cool. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. But if you don't like it, don't be a dick about it. Like, don't be a dick to people that don't like it. Just say, hey,
not my thing.
Disagree. Yeah, not my thing. Just like how Joe liked Keeper and I didn't. I just said not my thing.
Yeah, not my thing. Don't want to rush you, Drew, but I do got another assignment I gotta head to. So if there's anything else we gotta talk about real quick, I gotta go adult here soon.
Okay, I will be quick with my Undertone review.
Okay.
Undertone, I like the idea. I like how the sound. I like the sound. I thought sound wise, however you put it, sound editing wise, I thought it was really, really good. I thought it had good ideas. Again, I was fighting the B word, which was bored. Throughout the whole film. I'm impressed and respect the fact that this movie cost $500,000 to make, and it's already made back over, I think, like $2 million. So good for them.
Yeah.
But if you liked it, then that's cool. I know other people liked it a lot more than me. I just wasn't nuts about it, and I didn't like the ending. I'll just leave it at that. So, I will say people should go to watch it if they want to watch it.
It's on my list. I will do that I'll probably catch it when it comes to streaming, which I'm sure won't be too far off.
This seems like a movie that's better suited to just put on your headphones and just watch it in your room with the lights off.
Which I'll probably be doing.
So there were some parts that kind of creeped me out a little bit. I will say that there's some creepy imagery, and the director, like cinematographer wise, the director made it clear, like, hey, what's that behind there? Is there something behind there? I'm like, wait, is there something behind there? And then something will just like gradually pop up. I'm like, ooh, it's right there. So, but again, it wasn't for me. I didn't hate it. I like parts about it. I didn't love it the way everyone else.
Gotcha.
So, but anyways, my friend has to leave. I will not keep him. But thank you to everybody for watching, and we will be back whenever we come back. So,
all right, thank you, Drew. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Catch you guys next time. Great chat, Drew. Again, sorry, I just lost track of time. I had no idea.
That's all right.
But yeah, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
And I will see you tonight for The Experience, people, at 8 p.m. Central Time. Peace out.
Yes, go check it out.